Hi, Lee Phillips here. I want to talk to you for a minute about how to protect personal property. Personal property is the artwork in your house, the yadro, maybe the crypto account, the gold bullion that you bought, the silver coins, all of that sort of stuff. How do you protect these items? Well, two forms of protection. One is the common thief. You're going to put the security thing in your house and you're going to get the guys to monitor it and all of that garbage. The other thing is how do you protect them from you? If you go bankrupt, if you get sued, that sort of thing. That's a protection problem as well. And these assets could be considered valuable and could be included in your personal bankruptcy, which occurs because somebody in the family got sick. That accounts for almost 60% of all personal bankruptcies is an illness in the family. How do we protect these things? The answer is they're hard to protect. You get the insurance. If they're really valuable, I would consider setting up an LLC and moving that asset, assigning that asset into the LLC. The reason is the LLC has the charging order protection, which protects the assets of the company, the personal property you just put in, from what happens to the members, what the members, the owners do. The corporate shield protects you from what happens in the company. Now, you're never going to get sued because you've got crypto accounts or because you've got a valuable painting or gold bullion or any of that sort of garbage. We're not worried about the corporate shield. We are worried about the charging order protection, how to protect the assets in the company from what happens to you, the owner. And the LLC is the entity which gives you this charging order protection. If you don't understand charging order protection, check out the LLC mini course. Go to the link below and just link over to it, and we'll explain all of that sort of stuff to you. But it's a good course, by the way. But this charging order protection, if the asset is very valuable, I can put it in to the LLC and I can get that asset protected from what happens to me. I can't prevent the thief from taking it because it's in an LLC. That's a physical problem that you've got to solve. So these personal assets, they also need to be protected in probate. Most of them are not going to be probated because they don't require your signature to get rid of them. The only assets that we have to probate are assets that have a signature. But some of these assets are valuable to your family. Your kids, they want that thing. And we have other videos and stuff. In fact, you can go to how to use a trust. There's a link to that below too. And you can put these things in a trust that will designate who gets this thing, this valuable piece of personal property. You can either list it directly in the trust, or you can put it on a schedule, a piece of paper that it's attached to the trust, and it will have the description of the item and the person's name who's to receive that. I call them the dollies and the doilies, okay? But that avoids the family fight. The kids fight over these things. If I can buy it at Walmart, I don't care about it. But if it has sentimental value or even high economic value and it's a personal piece of personal property, then you can distribute it in the trust or distribute it by attaching the sheet to the back of the trust, the schedule. Now, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell and I'll do all of that sort of stuff. And by the way, when you put it on the schedule or list the item, there's no magic description for this stuff. If there's a serial number or something, that's obviously helpful. But my rule is you have to describe it in enough detail that if I take everything out of the house, put it in a pile on the front lawn, a stranger can come along and find that thing in this pile. So that's the way you're going to describe it. There's no magic legal way to do it. And then put the person's name, who's to receive it after you die. That will avoid the family fights. So these personal items, hard to protect from the thief, hard to protect from your actions unless you use the LLC. And the LLC is the tool you're going to use. If you use the LLC needs to be in the trust. That's in how to use a trust, okay? Lee Phillips talking about what do I do with these personal item things.